Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Wednesday. This is episode 3 of the first season. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far, and if you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in a link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. Now, first episode, we seen Rowan, he attacked Wednesday. He said that his mother gave him information that if this girl ever come to the school, that it was his duty to stop her, and obviously he's shown the picture. Now, he savagely got murdered. Well, that's what we thought anyway. And last episode, at the start, Wednesday was speaking to the sheriff, and she was saying how she witnessed it, what was what was going on, everything that led up to it. And then randomly he turned up at the school, Rowan, alive, didn't look like he was attacked at all, made it look like Wednesday was lying. When Wednesday was trying to confront him, he was quick to try and leave the school. Do you know what I mean? He was packing his bags, he was going, he was in a hurry. Thing chased him when he went to a train station. As he went into the male toilets, he come back out as a different person. He morphed into somebody else, and then that gentleman that obviously he morphed into turned into the principal. So it's very interesting, why is she getting involved, and why is she trying to cover up the fact that Rowan is actually dead? Is she the person that's going around killing everybody? Who knows, mate? Very, very interesting. We also had Wednesday having more visions of this book. She's still trying to figure it out. We've seen at the end of the episode that she she managed to decipher a code that was on a statue, and then obviously by doing that she found an encryption as well. She snapped her fingers, the statue moved, she went down the spiral staircase, she went into this big old library. In there she found that book, she was looking at it before somebody come and put a bag over her and dragged her away, which is interesting again because who is doing that? Last episode it was the House Cup. There's 4 different houses, isn't there? You know what I mean? We've got Enid's team, we had Bianca's team, we had Xavier's team, and there was another one as well, and they was all trying to win. Now basically the premise was you get in your canoe, you go to one end of the lake, get the flag and come back. Now, obviously, Wednesday doesn't really want to take part in all of these sports, but because you overheard that Bianca was trying to sabotage Enid's boat, and the fact that she beat her in the fencing in the first episode, she wanted to get one up on her, she wanted to win, she wanted to take her down. This was kind of a chaotic, obviously, race. They was attacking each other, they were smashing into boats, ripping them up, and they ended up winning. Do you know what I mean? The Cats, that was obviously Wednesday's team of Enid's, they won, and she seemed pretty happy, to be honest. She was socialising, she was getting involved, and I kind of like the fact that she's kind of a moody person, and her roommate's obviously a joyous, friendly, outgoing person, and I do kind of like it that Wednesday's reluctant to get involved, but when she does, she's enjoying herself. It's kind of funny to me. I actually really like Wednesday, to be honest, in terms of her comedic role. I thought she was going to be a proper serious morbid downer, but she actually comes out with some quirky little things. You know what I mean? The teacher was saying, look, everybody here, we like to be well-rounded. She's like, I don't want to be well-rounded, I want to keep sharp so I can stab people. Do you know what I mean? Just throwing little quotes out like that, which obviously make me chuckle, and I've enjoyed it so far. It's definitely not what I expected. I didn't expect it to be supernaturally, you know what I mean? Didn't expect sirens and vampires, werewolves, and obviously her being able to see into the future, kind of like a seer. It's mad, mate. It's really interesting. My prediction is the person that Rowan's mum actually drawn in the picture was Wednesday's mum, but that's just a random guess that I'm throwing out there right now after the first 2 episodes. So thanks for checking out today's video. If you do enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Bag over my head for optimal disorientation. Wrists tied tight enough to cut off circulation. It's definitely my kind of party. Take the mask off, Bianca. Wait, I preferred you with it on.
How did you get down here?
Rowan showed me.
The Nightshades are an elite social club. Emphasis on elite.
Wow, do you guys even have a bedtime? Last I heard, the Nightshades have been disbanded.
I said we invited her pledge. She is a legacy.
After the crap she pulled in the poke-up, there's no way in hell.
I'm not interested in joining.
Untie her.
I freed myself 5 minutes ago. It's amateurs like you who give kidnapping a bad name.
You'd want someone like that in your team, wouldn't you? You would.
There are so many threads to my investigation, I could weave a burial shroud. I still have no idea how Rowan mysteriously rose from the dead. Why am I sharing this apocalypse with a pilgrim?
It's a report for their volunteer jobs at 10 a.m. sharp, followed by a community lunch at 1. I trust you will all put your best face forward.
I got Pilgrim Row. I do have natural people skills and a love of performing, so it's kind of the obvious choice.
I caught your rooftop serenade the other night. Impressive. I volunteered you to accompany the Jericho High School marching band at the ceremony.
Just cannon fodder on whatever Cold War you're waging with Bianca. I have more pressing issues on my mind.
For the last time Rowan was expelled, everyone saw him leave.
Have you spoken to him since?
I texted him a few times, but I never heard back.
You've seen it before, haven't you?
a couple days before the Harvest Festival. It was open on Rowan's desk, so I just assumed he stole it after we kicked him out of the Nightshades. And this journal is like, what, 30 years old? And what the hell is Crackstone doing in a picture with you? Jericho's founding father. It's kind of a big deal around here.
They don't look too excited. Those outcast kids might think we're happy to have them.
Still got something lurking in the woods, no doubt connected to that school. You never struck me as much of a history buff back then.
Yeah, well, if it's good for business, then it's good for Jericho.
Okay, everyone, we'll see you back here at 1 o'clock for lunch. Enjoy!
Switch volunteers time.
What? No. Uriah's Eve is definitely not my bag.
It's an emergency.
Why would I agree to spend the entire day at some dumpy emporium of prepola?
Because Ajax is going to be volunteering there.
Oh my god, thank you. You're the best.
My young nevermore kin. I am Mistress Arlene, a real OC, original colonist. The meeting house. Inside is a collection of artifacts related to Jericho's most beloved and pious founder.
Sounds fascinating. I volunteer to work in there.
Pray no. That exhibit is being renovated. Fudge is the lifeblood of our humble community.
Which is well nice.
Sales. Grab a uniform.
Genießen Sie Ihr authentisches Pilgrimfudge aus Kakaobohnen, bezogen von den unterdrückten Einwohnern des Amazonas. Der armselige Schuss Februar der amerikanischen Geschichte auf Fress durchhalten.
Check out this greedy little freak.
Ah.
Howdy, pilgrims.
Get her!
Let's get you cleaned up.
Apparently, everyone is off to their assignments, and so far, no incidents.
Miss Thornhill, please keep me posted, especially about a certain pigtailed upstart.
You remind me of my brother. Stands the desire to strangle him every waking moment. Now follow me. I need to know more about this crack stuff.
What's the big deal anyway? The fudge is definitely the best thing about this place.
Stop talking. Keep watch.
That's a girl that she's seen, You're the Key. Yeah.
Your nevermore sister, the one with the dark eyes and the sour face. Where has she hithered?
Knowing her, she's hithered somewhere she shan't be.
Codex Umberum. That's Latin for Book of Shadow. I don't know who
That's
is, but I doubt it's a settler.
Hey.
I proclaimed the meeting house is under repair.
And this display case was already open.
The original was stolen last month during the 2 o'clock witch trial.
The original meeting house. The one shown in that painting. Where is it?
How the hell should I know? I only moved here from Scottsdale in April.
I think squirrels and rats could ever work out. I mean, they're two totally different species.
I mean, totally.
Well, talking about themselves, well, she is.
They both have more in common than you think.
Totally dug the way you scratched out the bottom of our boat at Poke Up.
You're not mad you lost?
I was just doing a solid for Xavier. I mean, he's my boy, but he's super competitive. Bro's got a darker side most people don't see.
Looking behind the greenhouse tonight. It's supposed to be a blue moon. Only happens once every 23 years or something. Should get a killer view from there.
Hey, have fun.
I have spent all morning flirting and hinting and trying to act cute while brushing some roadkill just so you would ask me on a freaking date.
I kind of wondered when you spent so long brushing down a possum's tail. You want to meet up behind the greenhouse tonight?
Yes. Can't believe he asked.
Yeah, okay.
You know the original Pilgrim meeting house? The one from the 1600s?
What's left of it is out in Cobham Woods, but it's pretty much a ruin.
I still think it's him, man.
Hey, listen, I'm kind of tricky to find. Take you this afternoon. My shift ends at 2.
Principal Weems would hang, draw, and quarter me if I missed the big statue dedication.
Interesting. Do you know what's interesting? Oh, he's helping out. I was literally gonna say, you know what's interesting? Everybody talks about Nevermore, like they dislike all the kids there and that they're all a bit strange. And then I was thinking, this guy's working in the shop. What's going on? And then I've just realised that obviously they're there to help out there. That's what threw me off a second ago, because I was like, who's his famous dad? And then I seen him in obviously the apron, and I was like, oh, his dad's a sheriff. Like, why is he famous? And I was like, all right, actually, it's not even him that actually works there. You know what I mean? It's the other guy. And I still think that other guy's in on it. Principal's in it, clearly. She morphed into somebody last episode and then morphed back into herself. And I think that the sheriff's son, I don't know, man. Like, the guy's just getting involved. You know, oh, it's a bit sketchy out there. Do you want to come with you? Nah, mate. Don't trust you. Yo, is that there? Oh, it's that guy.
Use the words little and girl to address me again, and I can't guarantee your safety. Visions are about as predictable as shark attacks.
That transition was well good.
Goody Adams!
You are a witch, a sorceress, Lucifer's mistress herself.
You have slaughtered the innocent. You have robbed us of our peaceful spirit. You are the true monster, all of you.
Oh, and mad thieves out there. You know, back in the day when they hated witches and stuff.
I will not stop till I've expunged this new world of every outcast.
He's an Adams. He did say Adams, didn't he?
I can't leave without you.
Find the others and save our future. You are our only hope.
How's she getting out? She's gonna kick the back door open or something. How did she know that was there?
Won't stop until he's killed us all.
Ah, what is going on, mate?
There will be no escape.
Yo, these visions are mad.
Thing, I saw her.
Seen her twice now and not attacked her. Now and episode 1. The coffee shop dude knew that he was going into the woods.
The monster's human. What exactly are you doing here?
I overheard you say you were checking out the old meeting house.
Its tracks turned from monster prints to human ones.
There was loads of them just then. Oh, maybe. Look at it. It's flooded.
The rain washed them all away.
I texted him again today. Said maybe we could meet up over spring break and go snowboarding like we did last year. Said he wouldn't be able to make it.
But they didn't go snowboarding. Ma.
Part of me wanted to blame his recent weirdness. I didn't want to think something bad had happened.
Figure out how he's connected to all of it.
Yeah, and you were trying to use your psychic abilities. When did they start?
About a year ago.
My dad's a psychic.
My brother's his #1 fan. Watched this Vegas special so many times, I'm surprised it's not imprinted on his eyes.
So I've lived with the self-described master, and the first thing he'll tell you is that psychic visions can't be trusted. All I'm saying is my dad, the expert, would warn you that psychic ability isn't rooted in logic. And let's be honest, emotion isn't exactly your strong suit.
The monster's let right. The thing is, the monster has let her actually live 2 times. It could have attacked her. It attacked Rowan in the first episode, killed him. No hesitation. Proper grabbed him, sliced him up, left Wednesday. And again, here, it's just seeing her behind that gate. Could have easily gone over it and killed her, but no, left her again. So it's somebody that's seen a connection towards her, somebody that she knows. That's why I'm pointing all arrows to the guy who works in the coffee shop. Now, again, it's interesting that we learn who his dad is. He's famous. He said that he also has visions, and he's saying that from his perspective and from obviously his expertise, he's saying that not all of it can be trusted. Sometimes it can only make you see what you want to see and not actually the full picture. So again, that's quite clever actually, because do you know what I mean? Wednesday's just taking everything as facts pretty much so far, but you can't blame her. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you was provided the information that she's seeing and like stuff that's actually happening in the present as well, she has kind of witnessed 2 deaths. It's happened. She has seen a book. She's found it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would go, do you know what I mean? She's seen him get thrown at the wall. It did happen. So I would lean on Wednesday's side as like going with what I'm seeing is kind of actually happening. But again, though, it's good to have something kind of like through in the mix that not everything that you see is true, and you know, it's not all as it seems. Kind of like that, because then it obviously keeps you guessing as well. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. I really did enjoy that flashback. Like, I enjoy quite a lot of shows actually that do a backstory and we change into the future or the past, and you see different things. That one was good.
I thought nothing scared me, but that was before I stared into the eyes of Joseph Crackstone.
Bit of vulnerability there, innit? I like it.
I don't believe in heaven or hell, but I do believe in revenge.
Undefeated gets a date.
Joseph Crackstone. Now, he believed that with a happy heart and an open ear, that there was nothing our town couldn't achieve.
Oh, is she gonna blow up? Revenge is sweet.
The mayor is furious.
I swear on my late scorpion soul, my hands are clean.
Her hands were clean though, she didn't do it. You know what was thing?
Decades of discrimination, centuries of treating outcasts like second-class citizens. Why does this town even have an outreach day?
Well, you see, I see opportunity.
They still hate us. Only now they sugarcoat it with platitudes and smiles.
But the world isn't always black and white.
But it's either they write our story or we do. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, I still wanted to know what this guy's doing with the camera. I did. I'm gonna take a picture of someone attacking him. Honestly though, like, because it's a show, you just accept it and move on. But it doesn't make any sense. So the whole point of introducing this dude was that he was going to steal a camera. Wednesday was going to confront him in his home, which is the old place. Then he's going to come back and get killed by a monster that let Wednesday live and didn't attack her. And then the camera's going to go off and take loads of pictures and provide evidence that there's a monster that actually exists. Do you know what I mean? It's like perfectly set up because it's a show. I have no problem with it, but it does stress me out as well sometimes because obviously it's like unrealistic. But then again, man, I'm watching a supernatural show, so like it's not that deep.
I literally think I have PTSD. I mean, I didn't even get to do my dance routine.
What a tragedy. You're going to be late.
Wish me luck.
If he breaks your heart, I'll nail gun his.
Yes, Wednesday. See what I mean? She shows that she don't care, but she does.
Volunteer work.
Maybe not. Maybe she's not a normie. Maybe she's playing it off. That would be a good double bluff, wouldn't it?
One coincidence is just a coincidence. Two are a clue.
Oh, he's turned himself to stone. Ain't it, man?
Rowan's drawing of me and Crackstone happened sometime in the future. The Adam's warnings about Crackstone were in the past, and the monster is here in the present.
What is a game? I've still not figured it out. She's got some involvement with the head teacher as well, man. They're working together.
There are monsters everywhere.
His neck. You know what I mean? They're planting stuff and keeping us guessing. Finally, they found the actual evidence. That ain't no bear. What I thought was interesting there is I've been suspecting that his son was the person that's going around doing the attacks. I have been. You know, I like to try and guess, and I fell on him. I don't know why I chose him, but I just did. I feel like he has more to the story than, you know, like just being the guy who's the sheriff's son working in a coffee shop. So I went with him, but now I don't know, man. It's Xavier, because I wouldn't say he's sketchy, and he was the first at the scene, so to speak, when Wednesday did follow the tracks, and obviously went from being a wolf, or whatever you'd call it, the monster, into a human, and then he turned up, but he was fully clothed. Do you know what I mean? So, like, to me, sometimes stuff's too obvious, so you're like, wow, they obviously want us to think it's him, but I'm calling it's not. Do you know what I mean? But then, when you look at this scene, and that, obviously he's being sketchy, he's gone into this place, and he was like in the shadow, he was a big form, and then obviously he turned the light off, and then he was in a small form, and he come out and he shut the gate, and he had a scratch on his neck, and he was dirty, and he's obviously been somewhere and transitioned into something, and now it makes you think maybe it is him again. Do you know what I mean? Kind of like pointing signs at him, and I don't know if it's to make us think it's him or it's actually him. Do you know what I mean? It could be one of those where, you know, it's hiding in plain sight, we see it, why we're not assuming it's him. But then again, though, I am correct in my assessment of the sheriff's son is definitely something more than just a guy who works in a coffee shop, because he's just gone into the bathtub then under the water and started screaming. Now, I didn't see him do anything supernaturally, but I feel like, yeah, there's something that he's concealing. So that was really interesting. I'm gutted on Enid, to be honest, you know, because she wanted to meet him. She wanted a date, didn't she? She was buzzing about it, mate, literally. And sadly, you know, what the odds that the towel would fall off and he'd actually turn himself into stone? If he knew that, that's a possibility. You just wouldn't even look at a mirror, would you? You'd put your towel on the side and you just open it, close your eyes and grab it, wash your head and move out the way. So she's lashed out. She was saying in last episode, or the first one, that she could only get her claws out, not turn into a fully fledged wolf. Do you know what I mean? And she's scared about being an outcast from a family and never actually meeting anybody. I was kind of hoping then, in that little small brief moment, that it was a chance for her to, like, scream with sort of rage, you know, and kind of transform. That would have been pretty sick. And maybe she's transforming and she doesn't know it's her that's doing it. Again, that's a good twist. Teacher, the normie. Is she a normie? How does she know how to get inside of that secret room? She instantly knew to snap her fingers. Again, it'd be good if it was a double bluff that, you know, she's told the principal that she's just a standard normal teacher, but she's actually not. She's got an agenda. She's here to actually serve a purpose and do something. I was saying a couple of seconds before she actually went over to that statue that I feel like she's going to be helpful in actually taking everybody down. But then again, now I'm thinking, is she involved? Do you know what I mean? The episode has got me guessing now is like more people involved than I suspected earlier on in the season. Do you know what I mean? And the normie teacher, and now obviously Xavier. I kind of feel like they've got bigger parts to play than we, you know, than we currently suspected. So again, that was really interesting, and I am enjoying the flashbacks. I think the flashbacks are really good, and you know, they're trying to portray the story really well. And Wednesday's digging, and you know, I'm actually really interested in the story that's actually being played. And obviously I'm on Wednesday's side and trying to figure out obviously what the school is concealing, and I can't really suss out what the principal, you know, like what she wants to gain from it and what she's trying to get out of it right now. She's dead sus. She actually is really, really sus. But, you know, she's still one. She's a person that I've not cracked yet. I can't really catch what she's trying to do. But, you know, that's really good because it's keeping me guessing going into the next one. And that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And if you'd like to watch, obviously, the full episodes of all the videos on the channel, the links are available in the description. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. So the episode started really interestingly. You know, she was taken last episode. It looked like, well, you know, a bag was thrown over her head and she was tied up on a chair, and it was like an old little alumni of an old society that was together, all hooded up, and she knew instantly who it was. She was like, Bianca, no need to pretend who it is, you know, take your mask off, I know it. And you know, interestingly, it seems like her mother was part of the society in the past. Now Xavier did say, you know, we should kind of like induct her, and she was like, nah mate, I'm sound. Do you know what I mean? Like, you guys are pretty terrible at kidnapping, and you're the reason why kidnappers get a bad name. I untied myself like 5 minutes ago. I'm off skis, mate. I'm taking this book and I'm out of here. And she just bounced. So I thought that was interesting. Now obviously, you know, they went to you know, they went to the town today. They were celebrating Outreach Day, which is interesting because is it Joseph Crackstone, the person that they've got like a big statue of now? He was the founder of Jericho, it seemed. And obviously we had an interesting flashback with you know, with Wednesday, where she had a vision and she seen that he was actually rounding up people back in the past, you know, when they, you know, in the Pilgrim days, that they believed that was witches, and they burned everybody in one of these big houses. Now obviously Wednesday went in search for this house into the woods, and obviously it's pretty much destroyed. But the homeless guy that it seems who stole the camera out of one of the shops, you know, he was there. She managed to chase him off. He ran into the woods. Now obviously later on in the episode, he returned back to that place with the camera, who got attacked off the monster, and he ended up capturing a few pictures of it. Then obviously he's died. The police have come to the scene, they found it, and now obviously they've got proof that it's not a bear that's doing it. It actually is a monster, and Wednesday was not lying when she was talking to the sheriff last episode. Like, going back to Wednesday, like I said, she went to this place, she did have a vision, it went back in time. She seen that the person that she seen in last episode with the blonde hair that looks exactly like her is a descendant of her family. She is an Adams. Now obviously last episode she told us she was the key, which is really interesting because I'm not too sure how that's going to play a factor into the storyline going forward, but it is exciting to see because obviously when she went into one of the, you know, old exhibits, there was a picture on the wall with her stood there with the blonde hair holding the same book that Wednesday has been obviously seen in her visions, and the one that she's actually paired together now, the drawings of like her stood there and Crackstone like throwing the fire at her. It's you know, it's interesting. We're putting the pieces together, but we don't really truly know what is actually going on right now. Now she was there in the town celebrating Outreach Day. He was unraveling a new statue of Crackstone, and everybody was celebrating. And because Wednesday was forced to obviously play her cello in front of everybody with the band, you know, she managed to use Thing to put a bit of, you know, gasoline inside of the fountain. She also like got him to light a match, threw it on the floor, boom, mate, trickles around, and absolutely blew that statue up. She wanted to get revenge, you know what I mean? She said that she never thought anything was actually, she was scared of anything. And last episode, she was saying that, but now obviously in this episode, she said that she is, you know, he scared her after the visions that she's seen in the flashback of obviously what he'd done to her family members and all of the other people that was kind of like supernatural back in the day. And she wanted to get her revenge, and that's what she done by taking a statue out. Now obviously as soon as that statue blew up and, you know, Wednesday was sat there playing a cello, the teacher suspected instantly that she was involved, but the thing is she's got no evidence, and obviously confronting her in the office, she was saying as well that she had no evidence, and Wednesday swore that her hands were clean, and she is telling the truth, mate, because it was Thing that actually done it. But again, the interesting thing is, you know, the teacher, I'm not too sure what she's trying to get out of it. Yes, she's making donations to the town for the mayor's campaign, and I'm guessing that's so that they can just stay there in Nevermore, do you know what I mean, and like in Jericho, and not actually be harassed be part of like the society, but it's a bigger goal. There is an agenda going, and I need to know what it is. She's the one that interests me the most because I don't know what she's trying to get out of it right now. And the other interesting thing that I've actually seen is like now the normie teacher, I don't know, she's been a bit sketchy herself, which excites me. And the fact that Xavier's come out of the shed with a scratch on his neck and we've seen a killing as well, kind of thinking that he's deeper involved as well. And we was told earlier on in the episode that not to trust him because, do you know what I mean? Him and his friends are kind of like bad dudes. And then obviously we was told about his dad as well being famous, and obviously he has visions as well. And he said don't believe everything that you see in them, which maybe he could be chatting to Wednesday as kind of like a cover-up so that she doesn't dig too deep into it. Do you know what I mean? It's really interesting. There's quite a lot of stuff going on as well, so I'm excited to see obviously how it goes. If you did enjoy today's episode, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.